Oh, that would be actually kind of crazy. Me, you, and Caitlin.
I know.
That would actually be nuts. I mean, like, even right now, that would be nuts. I would just be chilling, just letting y'all just do your thing, not moving at all, no cuts, just.
Candace Parker just went on a podcast and casually mentioned teaming up with Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston for a 3-on-3 dream team. And when Aliyah Boston picked that exact lineup, Candace's response was basically, yeah, that would be nuts. I'd just chill and let them do everything. A 3-time champion and Hall of Famer admitting she'd coast while Clark and Boston dominate. The internet is absolutely losing its mind over this. When a legend like Candace Parker admits she'd just stand there and watch while Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston do all the work, does that tell you something about who the real stars of women's basketball are right now? Next question was from
Next question is from @Carmela Vivi3. Who's your dream 3-on-3 team?
My dream 3v3 team, so it would just be me and 2 other people. I'll throw AB on there. So AB.
Oh, I was going to throw you on
a guard that I would really, really, really like to play with that I never...
Carmela Bivby. Who's your dream 3-on-3 team? Candace started thinking out loud. She immediately mentioned AB, which is Aliyah Boston. That makes sense. Boston is one of the best young bigs in the game. She can defend multiple positions, score inside, and dominate the boards. Any smart basketball mind would want her on their team. But then Candace started talking about needing a guard, someone who could handle the ball, create offense, and balance out the lineup. She mentioned how you need to mix defense and offense. You can't just have 3 scorers who can't defend. You need balance. Then things got interesting. Candace suddenly pivoted and said, "You know what? We don't need guards. They've got to guard us." That's a very Candace Parker thing to say. Complete confidence that whoever they play will have more problems than her team. Then she locked in her picks. Herself, Maya Moore, and Aliyah Boston. That's actually a very smart team. You've got Candace who can do everything. Maya Moore, one of the most decorated players in WNBA history with championships and MVP awards. And Aliyah Boston, who many believe is the future of the league. That trio would cause serious problems. They could switch everything on defense. They have size, skill, and championship experience. If defenders collapse on Boston, Clark is wide open for 3. If they stay on Clark, Boston gets an easy layup inside. It's almost impossible to guard. And Candace Parker could simply space the floor, make smart reads, and step in whenever needed. That's not just a good team. That's an unfair advantage. That's a combination that could dominate almost any 3-on-3 tournament. And Candace knows it. That's why she said she'd just be chilling. Another interesting part of this conversation is the relationship between Candace Parker and Aliyah Boston. They talk about basketball constantly. They FaceTime regularly to discuss matchups and strategy. Candace often gives Boston advice before games. Sometimes they even go over scouting reports together. Boston mentioned that Candace doesn't normally like FaceTime calls, but she makes an exception for basketball conversations. Candace even joked that she has to be careful what she says on those calls because Boston sometimes has her on speaker and other players can hear. That mentorship has clearly had a big impact on Boston's development. Candace has been through every situation imaginable in professional basketball, championships, playoff battles, leadership roles. Having someone like that guiding you is invaluable. And Candace knows exactly how talented Boston really is. That's why she was so confident when talking about the Clark-Boston combination. She understands how perfectly their skills complement each other. Clark creates offense like few players in basketball history. Boston finishes plays and controls the interior. Together, they create a 2-player system that's incredibly difficult to stop. Adding someone like Alishia Gray as a rotation player only makes it stronger. Gray is known as one of the most skilled players in 3-on-3 basketball. She brings defense, toughness, and versatility. But the core of that team remains Clark and Boston. Even Candace admitted that pairing. What makes this conversation even more fascinating is the timing. Right now, women's basketball is going through one of the biggest popularity explosions the sport has ever seen. A huge part of that surge is connected to the arrival of players like Caitlin Clark and the continued rise of young stars like Aliyah Boston. These players are not just talented athletes. They're becoming cultural figures that are changing how people look at the WNBA. When fans talk about the future of the league, those two names come up constantly. Clark brings an electrifying style.
I think it'll go me, you, Caitlin, and then our bonus is gonna be Alicia Gray.
I don't want a token pick. I'm
You
still
weren't
angry
the
about
token
that. No, I
pick.
feel like I'm token.
Leash
I feel
was
like
the
you're just
token
throwing-
pick.